Damn. Anyways, hello once again, gamers. Crusnik X back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. Tonight we are doing the brand new patch 4.1, aka The Legend Returns. Tonight we have a really great turnout for this, and we have 3 special guests with us tonight, and they are actually all part of my FC Alla Rubra. For once, I've actually got a light party with me in this. So, let me introduce the crew. First and foremost, the reason for the echo, and in the regulation black and red, we have Crimson Fang. In the Dragoon in green is our good friend Skaith Legna. The beautiful white mage standing beside me is the... And of course, y'all already know me. I'm the titular Crusnik X. And let's get right to it. Now, when we last left off in the Stormblood storyline, we had finally ended, well, pretty much ended the war between Garlemald and Alamigo. We finally liberated Alamigo. Lys pretty much kinda left the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And I am forgetting the biggest fact of all, that I don't have my camera in the right place because I did not move it from when I finished with my Destiny live stream the other night. So that's a thing. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we left off in terms of everything. Now, to find the quest line that we're looking for is right here over at the tent. So we're all going to be doing this entire storyline, and as always, I'm going to be providing my nice little voiceovers for most of it, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, we're going to start off the brand new quest line by talking to Lys and completing the quest line Arenvald's Adventure, which gives us the box emote? What the... We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's begin.
Come to see how we're getting on. We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo. There's one big issue we still have to address.
Oh, of course there is.
The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that. Theodoric was our last one. He wasn't called the Mad King for nothing. Suffice it to say, the people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new one. Everyone and his uncle has a new one.
Oh, great.
For the time being, we're just going to have to keep cleaning General Din and the Alliance for support. See if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me going to take a lot of fixes in the near future.
In the near future, she says.
But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to do it as my race. The reach is yours, Alfred. Don't do anything, Commander.
Don't do anything she wouldn't, she says. That's kind of interesting to hear coming from Lys, who acted like such a ditz in A Realm Reborn. Oh dear. Alright, so what does Arenvald want to talk to us about? That he takes us all the way here. Dude, I'm an adventurer. Of course I do. Damn straight. Adventurers for life, motherfucker. Oh, of course we gotta bring Alfie Noah along. Twist my arm, why don't you? Alright, let's talk to Arenvald again. Right then. Let's go and find Master Levalier. Actually, leave that to me. I want you fresh for our little adventure. Wait for us by the Aetherite, and we'll be along shortly. See you there. Alright, so we're gonna follow, Wait, where's the Aetherite around? Oh, wait, there is no Aetherite around here. Or Ethernet shard. Ah, well, we ride. But of course I will wait for my FC before running off. Alright, Alrubra, we ride! I can't wait to see what kind of music they use for the Falcon mount once they do a different patch. Here we go. It's somewhere over here. Yep. And now we sit and wait. It's open and I'm doing a live stream. Yeah, I know, laundry. Give me a bit, okay? 10, 15 minutes, tops. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, let's get back to the... okay, I'll knock on your door, come on! You always do this when I'm in the middle of a goddamn live stream. Anyways, let's get on with the cutscene. Greetings, Chris. 'Twould seem we are to accompany Arenvald on some manner of escapade. Have you any idea what we've gotten ourselves into? Allow me to explain. It'll be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Alamigo was still a monarchy, and Theodoric sat the throne. A uniquely brutal despot by all accounts. That he was. The King of Ruin suffered no rivals, real or imagined, and his dispute with the monks of the Fist ended with Rogger's Reach being burned to the ground. In the latter years of his rule, he was seized by the unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his crown, and so he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. The wealth of the poor sods he put to death became the property of the king, and it is said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove. Ah, I believe I see the direction our adventure is to take. I assume you have a mind to unearth this hidden bounty. You assume correctly. And would I also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others must surely have gone in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Well, of course we won't be the first to make the attempt. Following Alamigo's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers turned the palace upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scouring every room from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin. Their gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come, and the legend of the Mad King's trove remains simply that, a legend. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end here. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine, the three of us, delving into a decades-old mystery. Tell me the thought doesn't set your heart to racing. Why not? Let's do it. I'm down for a treasure hunt. You have learned the emote box. Okay, let's see what this emote is. I bet it's /box. Oh, nice. I like it. Okay, Sarah, you gotta do it. You've gotta do it. I know, right? You know, when I... Now that it looks like shadowboxing, I seriously... I'm sorry, I'm reminded of, remember Zell from Final Fantasy VIII?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was his shadowboxing technique.
Yeah. I played it a little bit, not much. It was like on Emulator I played it.
Yeah. I actually have it for my PS Vita. I love my PS Vita a little too much.
I heard they're planning on remaking it after Final Fantasy VII. Whether remake Final Fantasy VIII or Final Fantasy IX.
We'll see.
Yeah. Final Fantasy IX was good, it just didn't have any voices.
Yeah. But I'm planning on a live stream of that too.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens. Alright, so let's continue the adventure. The darkness below. The news of Doma and Alamigo's liberation has kindled the flames of revolution in every corner of the Empire. I hear the imperial province of Damaska has already risen up in rebellion. Which means the Gallians must surely have their hands full. What better time than now to indulge in such a diversion? Tell us, Arenvald, have we any clue? Well, judging by how the other treasure hunters fared, nosing about the palace isn't like to get us anywhere, so we'll probably need to, ask around. Would that be another way of saying no? Well, yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied Archivists and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. The Gallians are meticulous about such things. If they uncovered the trove during their occupation, the event is certain to have been recorded. In the meantime, the two of you can track down those who worked as palace servants and officials in Theodoric's day. Given that they would have been at least 20 at the time, you will be looking for people who have seen 40 summers or more. Anything they can tell you about the king and his bloody deeds may prove useful, so be sure to listen well. Arenvald, pray try your luck in the fringes and the peaks, whilst Chris makes the rounds in the Alamigan quarter. Huh, and there I was thinking I was the party leader. What's that? Yeah, right? Yeah. Huh, and here I was thinking I was the party leader. Not that I mind, of course. Let's be about it, eh? We can meet afterwards at Gilbard's Gate. Alright, so it looks like we're splitting up. So where are we headed? The Alamegan Quarter in...
On what question the dungeon, who's going to tank me or you?
I'm only level 70 in Dark Knight, so...
Okay, yeah, it's okay. I'll just samurai.
That works.
Yeah. There's a raid that can off-tank. That's like Dark War. Which I got the lowest 70.
Oh, Dark Juggalo Gamer just, said a comment. Oh, man, he's quitting FF after his, sub ends in March. That blows. Alright. Let's see, there's the middle-aged Highlander. In the palace? No, not me, lad. Surely you've heard stories of the Mad King. He used to hold public executions up on the Divine Audience. Anyone, and I mean anyone, suspected of conspiring against the crown was flung from the top of those steps. Suffice it to say that I stayed as far away from the palace as possible. Well, that blows. Next. You want to hear an old maid's stories, do you? Well, most of what I know of the Mad King is common knowledge. We'd only see His Royal Majesty when he deigned to attend the executions he'd ordered, and after a while, even watching his enemies die wasn't enough to coax him out of hiding. They say he started seeing assassins in every shadow, and wouldn't set foot outside the palace walls. I was offered to work there as a royal servant once, but the mere thought of it left me in a cold sweat. Ugh. Now we get to see what kind of a jackass Theodoric was.
Probably a Highlander, like everyone else here.
There can be only one.
I'm a Rikuti, I stand out.
Yeah, I haven't done... The only time I ever actually am a Highlander is when I'm playing as Taro Cabot, so...
Oh, I made an alt on a Highlander. I got Sarah to invite it.
Ah, okay. Was that the new one I just saw earlier today?
Yeah, Dark Raven, or Dark,
Yeah, I saw it. There's the retired Rogadine.
told you Highlander.
I served at the pleasure of King Theodoric, and lived to tell the tale. One of the palace guards I was. Truth be told, it was a dark chapter in my life, and one I'd sooner forget. Hardly a night went by when we didn't hear blood-curdling screams echoing from the inner chambers, which of course we were under orders to ignore. So we'd stand still as statues, trying not to imagine what horrors were unfolding within. If you're hell's bent on finding out what happened in the palace, head down the street here and ask for old Arenvald. He was the king's head scribe. He's over here somewhere. Oh, wait, nope, I see him. Yes, I'm Arenvald. What do you want with me? Well, we heard you're a guy. You would have me dredge up some decidedly unsavory memories. Yet, if Alamigo is to move forward, we must needs acknowledge the misdeeds of the past. Very well. I shall tell you what I remember. I take it you know of Theodoric's paranoia and the public executions of his kinsmen. Those were terrible enough, but in his last days, the king's fervid mind settled upon an even grislier method of disposal, which only a chosen few were unfortunate enough to witness. His Majesty ordered the Thaumaturge to unleash a vile curse upon the remaining members of the royal family, a magic which transformed them into fiends of hideous aspect. The resulting monstrosities were then cast below the palace. Even now my sleep is troubled by nightmares. If others of Theodoric's blood were prone to share his madness, then mayhap it is a kindness that the monarchy ended with him. Ew. That sucks. It's open. No, it's my roommate. I just have to do my laundry. Alright, there's Arenvald. Dude, could you not? Since we're all here, why don't we share what we've learned? Allow me to begin, then. As promised, I scoured the Imperial records for any mention of fantastic treasures, and found precisely none. It is just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact of the trove's discovery, hoping to enrich himself. But I find it rather unlikely that so valuable a find would stay secret for long. I conclude that our prize either does not exist, or that the Imperials somehow overlooked it. But what of you, Chris? Were your investigations any more fruitful? I heard shit about gory crap. Turned into monsters? And what could he mean by this darkness beneath the palace, I wonder? I met an old man in Alagiri who spoke of the palace's subterranean prison, but he said naught of cursed abominations. The Imperial archives were also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Could this scribe fellow have been sprinting him in a yarn, do you think? Did you believe him, Chris? His fear seemed genuine. If he was afraid, that does lend credence to the tale, though I'm not sure how that helps us in our search. Do not be so hasty. Arnold's anecdote may very well have told us where the trove is hidden, but ere I share my theory, there is a matter I would clarify. Arenvald, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this expedition. Why are you so intent on finding this treasure? It wasn't all pretense, I swear it. But you're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Garlean blood. I trust you know what I mean when I say that my Alamegan mother did not welcome my arrival. As I grew, she would check my brow over and over, convinced that a spot on my skin was an emerging third eye. Like the kind you see in pure-blood Garleans. My mother did not care for this taunting reminder of my heritage, and took up a knife. War paint serves to cover the scar. In the end, she turned me out into the street, and I was left to haunt the alleyways of Alamigo, a feral child who got what he needed through begging, cunning, or worse. The best I can say about the years that followed is that I survived, but I hated the animal I'd become. Eventually, I left the city behind me and joined a group of refugees bound for the other side of the wall. It was then that I turned to adventuring, and that road led me to the company of the Scions. I tell you this so that you understand. I know all too well what poverty and hunger can do to a person. I drew steel on ordinary folk for a measly crust of bread. With Theodoric's gold, I could spare my countrymen the shame of living like that. Thank you, Arenvald. And I apologize. That cannot have been pleasant to recall. But I felt it best to be clear in our intentions. Well, Chris, are you content to surrender the treasure to Arenvald's noble cause and claim the thrill of adventure as your reward? Yeah, what the hell? Then I should be glad to tell you my theory on the resting place of the Mad King's trove, if you are minded to hear it. Sweet. I'm gonna take the Miso Dengaku this time around. But we're gonna take a break in this storyline because I gotta do laundry for a second. So that's gonna be it for this episode of Crusnik's Purgatory. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Click the link in the top right to see more videos of me doing random gaming crap or whatever recommended video is there. The bottom left shows the previous episode of Crusnik's Purgatory, in which I played a whole bunch of... I think I did play the storyline in the last episode. Oh wait, no, it was a special episode. Who cares? The link in the bottom right will show the next episode of Crusnik's Purgatory when it comes out. But until then, that's it for me. Crusnik X, signing